Have been able to get it in both games 1 and 2. Here's Nurse with his head up, just throwing it to the net.
100
deflection there, Captain, maybe a little bit past his point at the other end. This is a line, as you said, Jason Robertson getting his opportunity to play with Granlund and Rantanen. And a guy who really needs to get into this series is Robertson. He's been
Heat, because he was the leading scorer, he was okay, but he thought that might have been the end of his junior career as they missed a meeting.
One of so many different interlocking stories of players, coaches, playing juniors, minors. The stories are long and old. How about Paul Maurice? Again, his team continuing to roll there.
Recording Shane catches up to Earth and spins it back. Here's to Shane. Play that in front of Henry. Petrovic again to hold.
Recording.
With 4 left in the period.
Oh, tough icing there. Here's Granlund, who has shown his ability to pick the corners. Remember in game 1. Just a beauty from the other side there. Quick read, though, by Stuart Skinner. It's about just staying on the side, anchored as best you can, gets the elbow as high as he possibly can, and really didn't give him a whole lot.
9 stops in the opening 3 for the Oiler netminder. Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde.
Which I've never figured that out. You either win with a shutout or it's... Boy, just some sloppy puck work at the end of a period. You can't help emotionally sometimes think, it's over, let's just clear this out. Protecting the middle of the ice, and
Recording resumed.
If I'm
Current time 0 hours 2 minutes
find a way to get some emotion into your game. That's now 6 out of the 7 periods have really been dominated in this round so far by the Edmonton Oilers. It's the one period, the third period of game 1, that has given the Dallas Stars the one win. But pretty neat and tidy first period on home ice again for the Edmonton Oilers to take that 2-0 lead into the dressing room.
Stop. Mark recording.
If you're watching Stuart Skinner, just the calmness and the poise, and you knew on the penalty kill, okay, you got the goal post, that helps you. You got to look through bodies in front, as you can see the rest of the match now. But the calmness of not making too much movement to open up anything on the 5-hole. Felt the puck, got his pads right back down, quickly able to get the 5-hole closed, and then get support. The one thing the Oilers defense has been just excellent at in these last 3 games is protecting the front of the net, clearing away those rebounds. Another good example of it there.
Early second period push for Dallas. Trying to climb back into this 3rd game of the series.
Recording.
When you got a goaltender that shut you out the last game, and you've been on the road and been shut out in the last 2, that can play in your mind a little bit. I think Dallas really hasn't had that ability to get their momentum going much, except for that 3rd period of game.
Recording.
Saw one bad one last night. West Arena taking Jackson Blake into the inboards.
Kind of a guy who could do everything, eh? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, first overall, 2011. Hard to believe 14 years ago, and here he is again, having maybe his best.
Another terrific call coming up as Dallas is going to continue shorthanded.
Stop up with the line by Draisaitl, and as he does, he gets you thinking, okay, is he going to spin and gain as McDavid draws both the defenders into the middle of the ice, slips it to the outside, and Kane with the shot, but Ottinger with the glove save.
So here's the second unit, Henry, Perry, Kane, Wallman, and Clark. Shooting trade. And the hard period as McDavid of the postseason at 1941 from Evan Bouchard, when it felt a little like the ice was starting to tilt.
Timeline. Sound recorder window. Mark pause.
Game 3. And the score,
Current time 0 hours 50.
With a minute
Recording
15 gone by in the third period. I don't mind the shift for another reason, Bob, and it's something you alluded to earlier in this game when Evander Kane was with Adam Henrique. Nugent Hopkins is going, and maybe pairing him with Kane gets Kane going a little bit.
The other thing is, Jack, the Oilers 5v5 weren't going in the second period.
At all, on all four lines. Nugent Hopkins lining up against Matt Duchene. This, for my money, I know the fourth line has been the energy line. This is, among the three scoring lines, been the most dangerous. Centering pass and a shot by Robertson stays in play.
But you expect, if you're Connor McDavid,
Yes.
it's a stride from center.
Yeah.
But Peter DeBoer, a lawyer,
Yeah, that one, Bob, if you saw it on the replay, that was two strides. I got to give him credit.
are you
for
saying he
making that
couldn't have
call.
been the first one to the puck?
Well, I'm not saying McDavid wouldn't have been the first one.
I know. It was now a big D zone drop. Leon against Ben. Ben's at 45% in the playoffs. Regular seasons, he's usually around 54.
Well, again, he's only been a part-time center iceman, as you know. Johnson takes a lot to play in the third period.
One guy that's played really well tonight. It's an obvious he's got 3 assists, but Nugent Hopkins.
He's been a force in this series. He came to the fore in games 6 and 7 last year in the second round against Vancouver, and he showed up on time. So Hyman and McDavid, and that's more than enough offense. You talked about. He's had that ability for a decade in the 5th round pick back in 2010. In his own zone, he'll